one. So when I point to you, tell me your name, and then I'm going to see if I can do all of them. Okay, so here we go. Hey, Reed, if you like where you're sitting, make sure that you listen so that you're ready to go. What's your name?
My name is Jeff.
Try again.
Jeff.
Okay. What's your name?
Ryan.
What's your name?
Liam. Jasmine.
What's your name?
Bob.
Jonah?
No, Jonas. I'm from Kayak Camp.
All right,
Jonas.
so let's see how we do. Let's see how I do. Zachary, Joelle, Jackson, Reed, Emily, Eleanor, Lincoln, Liam, Ryan, Joelle, wait, yeah? Wait,
Hey, what about Alex?
Joelle and Jonah?
Yeah.
Joelle, Jonah, Jasmine, Zachary?
What about Alex? Yeah, we forgot Alex.
All right, so I have a story to tell you, and it starts back when I was actually 12 years old. And when I was 12 years old, my parents took us on something called a houseboat, where it's this big floating motorhome boat, and we took it out on a lake called Lake Powell. And so I'm going to show you a picture of my sister and I standing at the top of the cliff that my dad told us we should jump off of into the water. First, I'm going to show Alex. Alex, look. Okay, so here we are at the top of the cliff. Oh, girl, you say it's a high cliff, but let me tell you this right now. You don't know.
Oh, it's like 100 feet.
Okay, take a look.
100 feet.
Yes.
Rob, you can die if you do it
Okay.
wrong. It's
So we had all climbed. I'm talking, you're listening. We had all climbed up the cliff. When we got up to the top of the cliff, my dad said, "This is going to be great." And my heart was hammering. And my palms were sweating. And my throat was really tight. And he said, "Cammie, are you ready?" And I went, and my little sister, who was 10, when I was 12, said, "I'm ready!" And she jumped right off the cliff into the water. And then I started to get a little shaky, like my knees kind of started to shake, and I started to have this like scratchiness in my throat, and I got these like big hot tears behind my eyes, and I like wiped them away so no one would see. I wiped them away so no one would see. And my dad said, "Come on, Cammie, you can do it." And by the time my dad was done talking me into it, my sister had already swum around in the lake, climbed back up the cliff, and I was so lucky. Because when I was standing at the edge, and tears started streaming down my face, and she looked at me and she said, "You don't have to do it. It's supposed to be fun. You don't have to do it. It's supposed to be fun." And there I was like, "No!" And my dad was saying, "Yes!" And my sister was saying, "It's your choice. It is your choice." Everybody go ahead and press the pause button on this movie. So actually just press pause like this, silently, just press pause. Eleanor, press your pause button. All right. So let's press pause on that. And so I want to talk to you about a couple things first. So here's the thing, is that something that I know now that I did not know then is that
Never be afraid.
I think there's lots of reasons to be afraid. So let's check in with that. How many of you have ever been scared of something? I should see every single hand in the air.
Wait,
All right, I have a different question.
Wait, what's the other question?
Listen and you'll know the next question. Turn this way. Turn this way. Here's the thing. Raise your hand if you know that you have a little voice inside your head that tells you what to do. Put your hand up nice and tall. Okay, and guess what? Those of you that didn't raise your hand, it's the little voice inside your head that told you not to raise your hand. Every single one of you has an inner voice that tells you what to do. 100%. Now here's the thing, is that the more, look this way, the more you know yourself, the louder your inner voice is. The less you know yourself, the quieter your inner voice is. I stood at the top of that cliff, and my inner voice was telling me, this is not a good idea. And so I had to stop because my heart and my head and my inner compass was telling me this is not a good idea. And actually, that day, I did something more courageous than jumping off the cliff.
Not doing it.
I'll tell you at the end. So, here is what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask if each one of you takes one of these pieces of paper.
It's not, I'm not on Zoom.
And then as soon as you have one of these pieces of paper,
What? 3, 15. I'm fat. Let's go. Ooh, man. Well done, fat. Whoa.
all right. So here's what's going to happen. Okay?
Huh. I don't know.
So with your piece of paper, okay, in a minute, you're gonna have a chance, easy tiger, you're gonna have a chance to, in the very center of your page, to write inner voice, right in the center. And then as soon as you have that, then you're gonna write your name. So mine will say, Cammie's inner voice. All right. So, no, please write your name. Write your name and then write inner voice, and I'll write it up here for you also. If you would like a different color, then you just calmly raise your hand and say, may I please have? And you tell me the color and I will look for it in my bag. When I put these down, actually I changed my mind. Please take one and pass it around, and then we'll do this calmly and lovingly. Just grab one, take one that you want, pass it around.
I want to say how dare you.
All right, here we go. Take one and pass it that way. Take one, and then you can put the extras in the middle.
Mine. I want the pink one.
Okay. And you can take one in too. Great.
Scrambled.
Here you go.
Lincoln, get busy. You got work to do, buddy.
See, I need a test. What?
You got work to do. Get this right. Get your writing done.
Oh, actually.
A new voice.
Michelle, the on it. It says Michelle. This is what I wrote.
From the people that we love or trust the most. So really quick, we're just going to go around the circle. And if you feel like it, you don't have to, but if you feel like it, you can tell us someone that you trust that you also think loves you. Right? So is there anyone that wants to start? Is there anyone? Who, Lincoln?
My mom.
Great.
I like my family.
Great.
And my friends are trustworthy.
Okay. Does anyone have some friends that are more trustworthy and some friends that are less trustworthy? Okay, lots of hands in the air. Okay, here's another question for you. Your inner voice talks to you when you ever feel worried about what friends think about you. So for example, well, here's the thing. Let's say that there's a group of friends and everybody's trying to decide which video game to play, right? And you say, I want to play Roadblocks. And the other friends say, I don't want to play that game is stupid. Okay?
Harsh.
Yeah, it is harsh. But here's the thing, is that your inner voice tells you if that's okay with you or not. Right? Your inner voice is what actually tells you, like, hey, that's okay with me that they said that, or I didn't really like it when they said that.
Is our inner voice our brain?
Oh my gosh, Reed, you're a genius.
Genius.
So this right here, everybody go ahead, everybody set your pen down, set it down, and go ahead and give your brain a little massage. And repeat after me. My inner voice lives in my head, lives in my heart,
This is my heart.
and lives in my gut.
This is my gut. This is my gut.
Lives in my
This is my heart.
Lincoln, stay with us. So here's the thing, is that yes, it's your ideas. Yes, it's your thoughts. Yes, it's this thing that tells you which direction to go, and it's also in your heart. So you might feel like your head might tell you something, your heart might tell you something, and this thing called your gut might tell you something. Okay? Go ahead and set your pens down, put them in the middle, and come meet me right over here.
Meet over there.
Okay, come and stand right here.
Cat.
Line up right here, along here. Okay? Got it? Cool. All right. So right here, you're going to see that there's a blue line. So go ahead and go over towards the back of the house and just stand in a line. All right. So here's what I'm going to ask. Just like, Zachary, come up this way. Just like I was standing at the top of that cliff with my toes over the edge and my heart hammering and my palms sweating, right? And I felt pressured to do something that I didn't think was right for me. So if you have ever felt pressured to do something that wasn't right for you, when I say go, then I'm going to ask that you cross and you walk over to this other side of the line and that you turn back. So if any of you have ever felt pressured to do something that you didn't think was right for you, go ahead and cross the line now. Okay? And stay right there. So whatever that thing was, that was your inner voice talking to you. How many of you have ever gone to a frozen yogurt place or an ice cream place where you get to pick your ice cream? Put a hand up in the air. All right. So in a minute, I'm going to ask you what's a type of ice cream you like. That's what I'm going to ask you. So think in your own mind. Okay? And I'm going to go right down the line. Everybody, eyes over here. Lincoln, I'm going to be asking people. So listen, nice and loud, Jazz.
Mint chocolate tea. Vanilla. Mint chip.
All right. So here's the thing. Once I went into an ice cream shop, and there was 3 little kids in front of us. And one just went up to the desk, went up to the counter and said, "May I please have this flavor?" And they said, "Sure." And they scooped it and they gave it to him. And then the next one said, "May I please have this flavor?" And they scooped it and they gave it to him. And the third one looked at one and then looked at the other and said, "What did you guys get? What did you guys get? What should I get?" And they said, "We don't know. What do you like?" And the little girl was so paralyzed. She was like, stood there frozen. She was like, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." They were like, "Well, what do you like?" But she, instead of making her own decision, she was looking to everyone else. Now that means that she was looking outside of herself instead of inside of herself. So sometimes it's our job to know what we like and to pick what we like, right? So if you have ever been to the ice cream shop and you have said, "Oh man, I like all these different flavors, I don't know which one to pick," go ahead and cross the line. This one right here. Go ahead and go back. Have you ever liked more than one flavor, or you knew what you wanted? Okay.
Yes.
Not sure. Perfect. What kind of ice cream did you say you liked? Chocolate. Tried and true. Now, do you almost always get chocolate, or do you change? Always get chocolate. He's like, "I'm a chocolate man." Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and cross the line now so everybody else.
I'm made out of chocolate.
All right. So everybody go ahead and take a seat right now. Take a seat.
See.
Just go ahead and grab a seat. And look this way. So here's the next question I have for you. If you have ever treated someone badly, you have yelled at a parent, yelled at a sibling, hit someone, taken someone's turn, taken someone's toy, you have ever done something. How many of you have done all of them? Put a hand up in the air.
Oh, yes. Yes. It's good for you.
Okay. So everybody say, keep it real. Everybody say, keep it real.
Keep it real.
I'm trying to keep it real.
So here's,
You just yelled.
so look this way. Look this way. So here's the thing, is that, you can put your hands down, guys, is that here's the more important question. When you did that, afterwards, did you ever feel something inside of you where you were like, that was the wrong thing to do. Right. Sometimes. Yep. So let's go ahead and cruise back to your paper because we're going to write down one more thing and we're just about done. Thank you.
He's so mad. Are you taking pictures?
All right. All right. So here's another thing that we're going to add on to inner voice. Okay? So far we have, here you go. Here you go, babe. So far we have, everyone repeat it. And I'm going to ask that you repeat calmly so that you're not distracting anyone. So look at my paper. All right? So I have Cammie's inner voice. Part of my inner voice is what I believe. Part of it is what is okay and what is not okay. Another part of it is my ideas, what I like, / don't like. So my ideas, what I like, what I don't like.
I spelled it wrong. Good.
All right. Now, your inner voice is especially important when you are outside of your house, right? Now, because your parents love you more than anyone could really possibly love anyone, right? Parents love kids, straight up. And your parents especially love you hardcore.